Hello, this is Penny. Thank you for joining me today. I am showing you all my washi tape. I don't know if you're like me, but you have lots of washi tape maybe, and sometimes you don't really know what to do with it or you don't really know how to use it. So today I'm going to be creating my own paper with my washi tape and using that to create some cards for Kendra's card challenge number 18. This is a great way to use up some of that washi tape and create your own designer type paper for Kendra's challenge. First, I'm going to start out with just this pink and gold, and I'm just going to drape it across at a diagonal, and I'm using it to match it up with this beautiful gold sheen. And I am just taping it down, not doing anything in particular. And in fact, I probably should have done something a little different because I do have trouble getting this up off of my glass mat when I'm completely finished with it. I realize that this is not rocket science and I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything, but sometimes I think we forget that we can create our own papers and use colors that we want, or we can also use up some of the things that we already have in our stash. And so you can see here I am having a little bit of trouble getting this off my glass mat, but once I get one of the corners up, it is not a big deal. And on this one, I'm going to wrap the corners of the tape around the edges. Washi tape is notoriously unsticky in some ways, and so wrapping it around that makes sure that it's not going to come off as easily and gives me a nice clean edge. And so for the second one, I'm going to use 3 different types of washi tape, and one of them is just a skinny shiny strip. And so I'm using some different ways, doing a little bit different diagonal line this time, but just doing the same technique as before. And please excuse my head, I do have to get kind of close to try and line it up the best I can, and my eyesight is not always the greatest, so I try to get in there close to really get a good edge on there. And so some of these are really close to the edge, and so that one edge does come off, but not a huge deal. I just pop that back on there. I do use my bone folder to kind of really push that down, and then with this one I used my non-stick scissors to cut around the edges instead of wrapping it around the corners. And so far we have 2 beautiful 6x6 sheets, and these are on just some plain white lightweight cardstock. It's not my really good stuff. It's not the cardstock I use for Copic coloring. It is just my lightweight layering cardstock that I use for miscellaneous things that aren't necessarily going to be needed to use, like Nina or some really good cardstock. It just is my basic kind. So here's just a black and white one, super simple, but I like that it's black and white, and then you can add any kind of colors you would like to it. And that one just went straight across. Here I am trying to go angle to angle, corner to corner, and I'm using gold here, and I'm going to use 3 different types of washi tape on this as well, but I'm going to go with a little bit different pattern, going with my skinny one in between each of the larger wide washi tapes. If you're sitting there wondering what am I making these papers for, I am making them for the Cards by Kendra sketch challenge, and Kendra makes some sketches each quarter where you can download those and have the measurements so that you can create your own set of unique cards and enter them into an InLinkz party for a chance to win some amazing prizes from some terrific sponsors that she has. So this is my next paper, and I'm using my glass little trivet mat here thing, just easier for me to kind of move around if I need to be able to get that paper off. This one I'm going with some silver and then the skinny foil in both pink and blue. So this is going to be kind of a really different look, really shiny, but I wanted to create them all to really be unique and different. And obviously these, when you do the card sketch challenge, generally you pick 6 sheets of 6x6 paper that all coordinate together. And here, obviously, mine don't all coordinate with each other. So I will not be using these as a 6x6 complete challenge, but I will be making some cards with them, and I will be combining some of these together. So my last one that I did was the black and gold one there, and I didn't show you all of the things I did to put that one together because I think you pretty much get the idea. So I've decided to use these two papers to make my first card sketch, and I feel like they go together pretty well because they both have that pink foil in them, and they're both kind of bright and cheerful and fun designs, and I'm going to use them to create card sketch number 1, and I'm going to put them in an embossing folder. So these are my 3 pieces I need for the card sketch, and I'm going to put them in an embossing folder. When you do this with washi tape, it really adheres the paper together and makes it secure so that you don't have to worry about any of those pieces of tape popping up, and also it gives it a really unique design and look to it. I've found some matching cardstock in my stash to go along with these, and I'm going to be using the little cute bunny from Colorado Craft Company to be my little embellishment on the front of my card. And I think this will make a great kids card, either a birthday or even just a, hey, how you doing? Because this little bunny is so cute. And I am gluing all of this on top of some blue sparkle paper along with some mirrored cardstock. And I did cut the center out of that mirrored cardstock because that is good stuff and we don't want to waste it by having it hide behind all these layers where you can't see it. So I have just cut the center out so that I can use that on another project. And then I am gluing my banners down and my circles, and then I will use the little heart as the embellishment as it shows in the sketch, and I will color my bunny off screen and show you the end result of this card at the very end of the video. For my second card, I'm using card sketch number 4 and this beautiful pink and gold, and the pink has florals in it if you can't see it on the camera, and it's just beautiful washi tape, and I don't use it very often because, you know, this is a pink that you feel like you have to kind of match with other things, and so not always easy to do that. But I am going to use an embossing folder again, and it's just going to give this beautiful floral washi paper more floral design with the embossing folder. So lots of florals in this, but they're all fairly subtle, which I really like. I'm also using this black paper that has a floral design on it as well as my background layer, and using this gold glitter paper for the strip across there. And you can see I did cut out the center of this pink layer as well. I do that often, and I do actually have a couple different pinks here. I figure if I can't match the center one exactly, we'll just use several different pinks, and then it won't really matter that the one doesn't match the other because they're all different and unique. And this is a fun sketch because you just kind of tilt this to the side, and I'm not going to really add anything to this other than the sentiment. I'm going to let that washi paper background really be the highlight of the card, and just going to add a simple hello sentiment along with some gold embellishments that the sketch calls for. I would love to know at the end of this video which washi tape paper you liked the best and which card sketch you liked the best. Are they the same? And is it the washi paper that made you like the card better, or did you just prefer the paper and maybe a different card sketch? Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear. I'll be using sketch number 8 with my black and white paper, washi paper, and I really love this tape as well. It's simple florals, kind of has sunflowers in it, and so I'm going with that sunflower theme and using some darker bright yellows. And this one calls for a half circle, so I have cut the circle out, and I am going to cut that in half for my background layer, and just use that as the sketch is designed for, and I will use the other half of the circle for an additional card at another time. And I'm also using that same washi tape paper for that little banner up in the corner, just like the sketch calls for. And I decided to use black for my background and use this sunflower embossing folder and use some of this gold metallic ink on top of it just to kind of highlight those sunflowers a little bit. And I really love how this look is coming together. I do feel like the little half circle there needs something on it. So I decided to get out this set I rarely use. It's got these branches and leaves. And then I also found these birds in my stash. And so I'm going to just layer those on top of a gold metallic background. And normally I would cut that center out, but because I have so much going on with the sunflowers and so much dimension, it is a 3D embossing folder, I decide I'm going to leave that whole gold background so that I have lots of areas for that paper to stick down. I don't know if you do this or if you've noticed, but I do tend to put things into place before I actually glue them down. There has been many a time where I just glue something down and then realize that that is not where I wanted it to be. And by then it's usually too late. So I try to put everything together first before I actually get out the glue to put it down for good. I am layering a couple pieces of this branch together and adding a little bit of ink for dimension. And then I did cut out the leaves in a little bit kind of metallic paper just to give it a little bit of interest, because they are just basic leaves. They don't really have much design to it or anything. And just figuring out where I want to glue that so that it looks like it's meant to be there. So I'm trying to make it so it's the edge is really lined up with that half circle of the branch, that both those edges are coming together, and deciding where I want my leaves first and my birds. And I do decide that, the 2 birds is just too much. I'm going to cut that down and glue the double pieces together and just have the 1 bird on there rather than both of them. I do pop up a couple of the leaves, but I don't pop up the one right where the bird will be sitting, because I just don't want him to be popped up as well. So I decide to not pop up the top leaf and just the bottom 2 that the bird won't be as close to. This is the last card I'm going to show you in all of the ones that I made, but I will show you all the ones at the end that I created using these washi papers. So please let me know which one you liked the best. I so appreciate you spending this time with me today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing if you are not already a subscriber, and check out all the details to join in on Kendra's Card Challenge number 18 in the description box below. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.